Hello everyone and welcome back to etellan. So to start off this custom, as always, I start off with a really light pencil and just start sketching out the basic eye shape. This will just make it easier for building up the colour, and so that if there's any mistakes, it just makes it easier to remove it all. So for this particular doll, I'm going to start making purple eyes, but start with a blue base, as it will just make it easier for the build-up of colour of purple, because I want there to be a transition of dark purple to light purple at the bottoms. So just going over with a dark purple and then a white, it will just make it easier for the blending of the two colours and really make a nice fade effect. So before I finish the eyes, I want to start with the blushing already, which is not generally what I do, but for this particular custom I thought it would just be easier to do the finishing details just a bit later on once I've done a coat of MSC. Once the blushing's done, I've done another coat of Mrs. Super Clear just to seal it all in, and then I'm going to start working on the mouth and the irises. Now for the brows, I decided to go with a mint coloured hair. So as always with eyebrows, you start with a lighter colour and then just darken it up with a darker colour at the tail all the way to the inside of the eyebrows, and it will just make it have a lot more dimension. Once that's done, I'm going to start sketching out some Durer style accessories all over her face. It will just complement the accessories and the dress that I'll be making later on. So now onto the hair, but as you can see there's still the large gash at the back of the head from removing the hair, so I'm just going to put that back together with some super glue. And once that's done, we'll start wefting the hair. So as always, I just start with really small sections and pin the edges until the glue is dry, and then work all the way up to the scalp. So here I'm just grabbing a small elastic band and then getting the hair and just making sure it's all nice and smooth. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist the hair just to try and make it sit straight. It did take 1 or 2 attempts, but it got there in the end. So once I got that into a nice style, I just fashioned off the ends and just stuck it to the back of the head. So as you can see, her hair is crazy wild when it's untamed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some boiling water just to make it sit down properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some boiling water and pour it all over the hair. So what this does is it just melts the plastic so that it stops sticking out and it makes it sit nice and flat against the head. Just makes it so much easier for when it's styling, just keeps it nice and neat. And you can see after that it sits nice and flat and smooth. So what I'm going to do now is just grab a chopstick, heat my straightener up to 150 degrees and just melt the plastic again into a curling style this time. And once that's done, she has a nice wild curly hair. So what I'm doing here is I bought some polymer clay charms and I stuck them to the ends of pins. I was really inspired by Durer hair, so I really wanted to incorporate their style into the doll. So now to the clothes, I decided to go with with pink fabric to make a dress for her. I wanted to go with pink as it would complement the massive amounts of blue themes that's just kind of all the way through the doll. So here I decided to go with mesh sleeves and just a basic kind of Lolita style dress with a popper at the back. Now that the dress is on, I'll just attach her hands and then we'll be done. Thank you all so much for watching. If you'd like to see more of my customs, make sure to check out my Instagram at etellan, and I hope to see you again soon.